Imagine a country where babies nap outside in freezing temperatures. Volcanoes constantly reshape the land, and people can literally walk between two continents. Welcome to Iceland, a place where fire meets ice, where ancient Viking traditions still echo today, and where some of the world's most unbelievable facts are completely real. Stay with us as we uncover 10 incredible truths that make Iceland one of the most fascinating countries on Earth. Iceland, the land of fire and ice. Iceland is a small island nation located in the North Atlantic Ocean, just south of the Arctic Circle between Greenland and mainland Europe. Although it covers about 103,000 square kilometers, 39,800 square miles, the country is home to only around 400,000 people, making it one of the most sparsely populated nations in the world. Most residents live in and around the capital city of Reykjavik, while vast areas of the island remain untouched by urban development. Often called the land of fire and ice, Iceland is one of the few places on Earth where powerful volcanoes and massive glaciers exist side by side. The island sits directly on the mid-Atlantic ridge, where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates are slowly drifting apart. This extraordinary location has created dramatic landscapes filled with active volcanoes, lava fields, towering waterfalls, geothermal hot springs, black sand beaches, and Europe's largest glaciers. Despite its rugged environment, Iceland consistently ranks among the world's best places to live. It is known for its high quality of life, clean air, renewable energy, low crime rate, and strong social support system. Whether visitors come to witness the magical northern lights, soak in naturally heated geothermal pools, or explore breathtaking wilderness, Iceland offers an unforgettable experience that continues to captivate travelers from around the globe. Icelandic women and gender equality. One of the first things many visitors notice about Iceland is the striking appearance of its women. Icelandic women are often associated with classic Nordic features, including fair skin, light-colored eyes, and blonde or light brown hair, although the population today is naturally diverse. These characteristics are influenced by centuries of Norse and Celtic ancestry, combined with life in the harsh North Atlantic climate. While beauty often attracts attention, Iceland is far better known for something much more remarkable: its commitment to gender equality. Another fact that surprises many foreigners is that having children outside of marriage is completely normal in Iceland. Today, well over half of all babies are born to unmarried parents. Yet this carries little social stigma. Long-term partnerships are widely accepted, and legal protections ensure that children and parents have the same rights regardless of their parents' marital status. For most Icelanders, the strength of a family is measured by commitment and care rather than by a marriage certificate. Iceland's reputation as a global leader in women's rights was shaped by a historic event on October 24, 1975, when about 90% of the country's women refused to work, cook, or perform household duties for a single day. Known as the Women's Day Off, the nationwide action demonstrated how essential women were to every part of society. Schools, businesses, and public services were disrupted, and the event became a turning point that accelerated reforms in workplace equality and women's rights. Just 5 years later, in 1980, Iceland made history by electing Vigdis Finnbogadóttir, the world's first woman to become a democratically elected president. She served for 16 years, inspiring women both in Iceland and around the world to pursue leadership roles. Today, Iceland continues to rank among the world's top countries for gender equality, proving that equal opportunities can become a defining strength of an entire nation. A land shaped by extraordinary geology. Iceland is one of the few places on Earth where you can witness geology in action. The island sits directly on the mid-Atlantic ridge, a massive underwater mountain range that stretches thousands of miles across the Atlantic Ocean. While most of this ridge lies deep beneath the sea, Iceland rises above the surface, making it one of the only places in the world where this geological boundary is visible on land. Even more remarkable, Iceland stands at the meeting point of the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates. These enormous plates are slowly drifting apart at a rate of about 2 centimeters, 0.8 inches per year. Visitors can actually walk between them at Thingvellir National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site where the widening Rift Valley can be seen with the naked eye. It's one of the rare locations where people can literally stand between two continents. This constant geological activity is also why Iceland is home to more than 130 volcanic mountains, including around 30 active volcanic systems. Frequent eruptions continue to reshape the landscape, creating new lava fields and expanding parts of the island over time. One of the most famous examples occurred in 1963, when an underwater volcanic eruption formed the new island of Surtsey, which has since become a protected natural laboratory for scientists studying how life colonizes newly formed land. Recent volcanic activity on the Reykjanes Peninsula, which resumed after centuries of dormancy, is another reminder that Iceland is still evolving today. Few countries offer such a rare opportunity to witness the powerful forces that continue to shape our planet in real time, making Iceland a true paradise for nature lovers and geology enthusiasts alike. Spectacular natural landscapes and tourism. Iceland's breathtaking scenery is one of the biggest reasons millions of travelers visit the country each year. Despite its small population, the island is filled with dramatic landscapes that seem almost untouched by time. Among its most famous attractions are the magnificent waterfalls. Gullfoss, known as the Golden Falls, sends powerful glacial water crashing into a deep canyon, while Skogafoss impresses visitors with its nearly 200-foot, 60-meter vertical drop. Seljalandsfoss offers an even rarer experience, allowing visitors to walk along a trail behind the curtain of falling water for a truly unforgettable view. Another iconic destination is Iceland's black sand beaches, especially Reynisfjara, where the shoreline was formed by ancient volcanic lava that cooled and broke into fine black sand over thousands of years. Towering basalt columns, dramatic sea stacks, and the contrast between black beaches and crashing Atlantic waves create a landscape found in very few places on Earth. Nearby, Diamond Beach offers another extraordinary sight, where crystal-clear icebergs drift from the Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon onto the black volcanic sand, sparkling like giant diamonds under the sunlight. From September through March, Iceland also becomes one of the world's best places to witness the northern lights, as colorful ribbons of green, purple, and pink dance across the night sky under the right conditions. While Iceland's natural beauty is unforgettable, visitors should always respect its power. Sneaker waves along black sand beaches can appear without warning. Weather conditions can change within minutes, and strong winds are common throughout the year. Following safety signs and local guidance is essential for enjoying Iceland's incredible landscapes safely. The incredible strength of the Icelandic people. For centuries, Iceland has been associated with strength, resilience, and endurance, qualities deeply rooted in its Viking heritage. The island was first settled by Norse explorers in the late 9th century, and although modern Iceland is a peaceful, highly developed nation, the spirit of the Vikings remains an important part of its national identity. Stories of fearless seafarers, explorers, and warriors continue to be preserved through Iceland's famous medieval sagas, while values such as determination, self-reliance, and perseverance are still admired in everyday life. This tradition of strength is perhaps best demonstrated in the world of strongman competitions, where Iceland has earned an extraordinary reputation. Despite its population of just over 400,000 people, the country has produced several of the greatest strength athletes in history. Legends such as Jon Paul Sigmarsson, the first man to win the world's strongest man title 4 times, and Hafthor Julius Bjornsson, winner of the 2018 World's Strongest Man competition and famous for portraying the Mountain in Game of Thrones, have made Iceland a global powerhouse in strength sports. Their success is supported by a lifestyle that emphasizes both nutrition and physical activity. Traditional Icelandic meals are rich in high-quality protein, featuring fish, lamb, dairy products like skyr, and locally sourced ingredients. Outdoor activities such as hiking, swimming, and exploring nature are a regular part of life, while well-equipped community gyms and sports facilities encourage people of all ages to stay active. Combined with a strong work ethic and a culture that values resilience, these habits have helped Iceland build a reputation as one of the strongest nations, both physically and mentally, in the world. Geothermal hot springs and clean energy. One of Iceland's greatest natural advantages lies beneath its surface. Thanks to intense volcanic activity, the country has access to abundant geothermal energy, which has transformed daily life and made Iceland a global leader in renewable power. Today, nearly 90% of Icelandic homes are heated with geothermal energy, while about 1/4 of the country's electricity is generated from geothermal power plants, with the rest coming primarily from hydropower. This clean and sustainable energy system helps reduce carbon emissions and keeps heating costs significantly lower than in many colder countries. Geothermal hot pools are also an essential part of Icelandic culture. Nearly every town has at least one public geothermal swimming pool, where people of all ages gather to swim, relax, and socialize throughout the year, even during snowy winters. These naturally heated pools are more than recreational facilities. They serve as important community gathering places and have become a unique aspect of Icelandic daily life. Perhaps the most famous geothermal attraction is the Blue Lagoon, one of Iceland's most visited destinations. Located on the Reykjanes Peninsula, the lagoon is known for its warm, milky blue water, which is naturally rich in silica, sulfur, and other minerals. The water maintains a comfortable temperature of around 37 to 40 degrees C, 99 to 104 degrees, year-round, attracting hundreds of thousands of visitors seeking relaxation amid a dramatic volcanic landscape. Geothermal energy also supports Icelandic agriculture. Large greenhouses use underground heat and renewable electricity to grow vegetables, herbs, tomatoes, cucumbers, and even strawberries throughout the year, despite the country's cold climate and short growing season. By harnessing the Earth's natural heat, Iceland has turned one of nature's most powerful forces into a reliable source of energy, food production, and everyday comfort. Volcanoes, earthquakes, and life on a restless island. Living in Iceland means sharing the land with some of the most active geological forces on Earth. One of the country's most dynamic regions is the Reykjanes Peninsula, located in southwestern Iceland. After nearly 800 years of relative volcanic quiet, the peninsula entered a new period of activity in 2021, followed by a series of eruptions in the years that followed. Scientists believe this renewed volcanic cycle could continue for decades, making Reykjanes one of Europe's most closely monitored geological regions. The nearby fishing town of Grindavik, home to nearly 4,000 residents, became an international headline when intense seismic activity and volcanic eruptions forced repeated evacuations beginning in late 2023. Roads cracked open, lava flows threatened homes and infrastructure, and many residents had to leave with little notice. Although the eruptions caused significant disruption, Iceland's extensive monitoring systems allowed authorities to respond quickly, helping to minimize the risk to human life. Iceland has developed one of the world's most advanced volcanic monitoring networks. The Icelandic Meteorological Office continuously tracks earthquakes, ground deformation, and volcanic activity using satellites, GPS stations, and hundreds of seismic sensors across the country. When volcanic unrest increases, authorities issue early warnings, close dangerous areas, and organize evacuations well before lava reaches populated communities. For Icelanders, living with volcanoes is simply part of everyday life. Communities are well prepared, emergency plans are regularly updated, and public awareness is high. Rather than fearing nature, people have learned to respect its power and adapt to it. This remarkable resilience allows Iceland to thrive on one of the most geologically active islands in the world, while safely coexisting with the forces that continue to shape its landscape. A climate of extremes. Iceland's climate is unlike that of almost any other country, offering dramatic seasonal contrasts that shape everyday life. During the summer months, especially from late May to late July, the country experiences the famous midnight sun. Because Iceland lies just south of the Arctic Circle, the sun barely dips below the horizon, and in some parts of the country, it remains light for nearly 24 hours a day. Even at midnight, the sky glows with soft golden light, giving visitors extra hours to hike, explore waterfalls, or drive through Iceland's spectacular landscapes without darkness interrupting their adventures. Winter brings the opposite experience. Between November and January, daylight becomes extremely limited, with Reykjavik receiving as little as 4 to 5 hours of daylight around the winter solstice. In northern Iceland, the days can feel even shorter. This long period of darkness changes daily routines, and many people use bright indoor lighting and outdoor activities to maintain their well-being during the colder months. The extended nights, however, also create the perfect conditions for viewing the breathtaking northern lights. Perhaps the most unpredictable feature of Iceland's climate is its rapidly changing weather. Thanks to the meeting of Arctic and Atlantic air masses, sunshine, rain, snow, fog, and strong winds can all occur within a single day. Locals often joke that if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. Wind gusts can become especially powerful, making driving and hiking more challenging than visitors expect. For this reason, travelers are always encouraged to check weather forecasts, dress in layers, and follow official safety advice before setting out to explore Iceland's remarkable natural landscapes. Unusual laws and fascinating traditions. Iceland may be famous for its dramatic landscapes, but it also has some surprisingly unique laws and traditions. One of the most unusual chapters in its history involves beer. From 1915, Iceland banned all alcoholic beverages as part of a nationwide prohibition movement. While wine and spirits gradually became legal again over the following decades, beer containing more than 2.25% alcohol remained prohibited until March 1, 1989. The ban was largely political and economic, with concerns that inexpensive beer would encourage excessive drinking. Today, March 1st, it is still celebrated as Beer Day, marking the end of one of Europe's longest-lasting beer bans. Another distinctive feature of Iceland is its approach to personal names. The country maintains official rules to help preserve the Icelandic language, one of the oldest living Germanic languages. Traditionally, new given names were required to follow Icelandic grammar, pronunciation, and alphabet rules before they could be officially registered. Although the regulations have become more flexible in recent years, an official personal names committee continues to oversee many naming matters and maintains a register of approved names, reflecting Iceland's strong commitment to protecting its linguistic heritage. Iceland is also home to one of the world's oldest parliamentary institutions. The Althing was established in 930 AD at Thingvellir, where chieftains gathered each summer to settle disputes, create laws, and govern the country. More than 1,000 years later, Alþingi remains Iceland's national parliament, making it one of the oldest continuously operating parliamentary institutions in the world, and a lasting symbol of the country's democratic traditions. For many years, Iceland was also famous for being one of the very few places on Earth with no established mosquito population. Scientists believed the country's unique freeze-thaw cycles prevented mosquito larvae from completing their life cycle. However, in 2025, researchers confirmed the first wild mosquitoes ever recorded in Iceland, likely aided by warming temperatures and changing environmental conditions. Scientists are still studying whether these insects will establish a permanent population, but the discovery marked the end of one of Iceland's most unusual natural distinctions. Hakarl and Iceland's unique traditional cuisine. No discussion of Icelandic food would be complete without Hakarl, the country's most famous and perhaps most infamous traditional dish. Hakarl is made from Greenland shark, a species whose fresh meat contains naturally occurring toxins, including high levels of urea and trimethylamine oxide, making it unsafe to eat immediately after being caught. To make the meat edible, Icelanders developed a unique preservation method centuries ago. The shark is buried in gravel or sand and pressed for 6 to 12 weeks, allowing the toxic fluids to drain away naturally. It is then hung in open-air drying sheds for several months, where the meat cures before being cut into small cubes and served. For many visitors, tasting Hakarl is considered a true Icelandic adventure. The dish is famous for its powerful aroma, often compared to strong ammonia or aged cheese, while its intense flavor surprises even experienced food lovers. Although many tourists find it challenging, trying Hakarl has become a popular cultural experience and is often included in traditional Icelandic food tours, especially during the midwinter festival known as Þorrablót. Beyond Hakarl, Icelandic cuisine is built around fresh, locally sourced ingredients. The country's grass-fed Icelandic lamb is prized for its rich flavor, while the surrounding North Atlantic provides abundant cod, salmon, and other high-quality seafood that are enjoyed both domestically and around the world. Another national favorite is skyr, a thick, protein-rich cultured dairy product that has been part of Icelandic cuisine for more than 1,000 years. Visitors can also sample rugbröd, a traditional dark rye bread that is slowly baked underground using natural geothermal heat. Together, these foods tell the story of a nation that has learned to thrive by making the most of its remarkable natural environment. The peaceful nation with no standing army. One of Iceland's most surprising facts is that it has no standing military. Since gaining full independence in 1944, Iceland has chosen not to maintain an army, navy, or air force. Instead, the country focuses on diplomacy, international cooperation, and civilian institutions, while national defense responsibilities are supported through its membership in NATO and partnerships with allied nations. Despite having no military, Iceland consistently ranks among the most peaceful countries in the world, frequently holding the top position in the Global Peace Index. Safety is another remarkable feature of Icelandic society. The country has an exceptionally low crime rate, and violent crime is rare by international standards. Police officers typically do not carry firearms during routine patrols, reflecting the high level of public trust and social stability. Children often walk to school independently, and many residents feel comfortable leaving doors unlocked in smaller communities. This strong sense of security is supported by a robust education system, social welfare programs, and close-knit local communities. Iceland has also gained international attention for its commitment to democratic innovation. Following the 2008 financial crisis, citizens called for major political reforms, leading to the drafting of a new constitutional proposal in 2011. The process was unusual because it involved significant public participation, with ideas and feedback gathered from ordinary citizens through meetings and social media. Although the proposed constitution has not been fully adopted, it remains an important example of Iceland's ongoing efforts to strengthen transparency, public engagement, and democratic governance. That wraps up our journey through the incredible land of fire and ice. Which fact about Iceland surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next adventure.